past his office. This is your opportunity to do so, to place this on the program, to be considered. However, if you add any additional projects, and with the projects that we have on here that the cabinet has recommended, they need to be prioritized. So if you want to look over it a little bit and think about it. Also, this is not part of the rural secondary program, but just for informational purposes, there are 2 MP routes that will be resurfaced this fiscal year, and they should be ready to go out to contract within the next month. I'm going to say April or May. That is Kentucky 1002, which begins to junction of 3036 and ends at the junction of Dittany Ridge, which is a little, I think it's about 2.1 mile. And the other one is Kentucky 519, which will begin at the junction of Kentucky 7. It ends right there at the bridge before you get to 1002 there, 519. Those are the 2 MP routes that are scheduled for resurfacing that I know of.
What was the mileage on that Crater Ridge Road?
Crater Ridge 2.926. And I don't know, most of you probably know Wes Ratliff. He's your section engineer over here, and that's who I usually deal with on maintenance issues and through the rural secondary program, and also Barry Evans. And we discussed back and forth a little bit before we came to these recommendations. 705 over there, addressing it maybe with some maintenance money that we have, but we didn't have enough maintenance money to go in there and do some shoulder stabilization and drainage stuff, so that's the reason we included it all in the program. And that's the first project that we're talking about.
I'm a little bit ignorant in this, since I don't know much about. I'm a whole lot ignorant in it. To tell you the truth about it.
You're not alone.
But can we break these down if we want to take a portion of a section, like half of one, and scatter it out, or do you recommend that we do the whole thing, the whole project?
Well, I asked Wes about this before he submitted these to me, and like I said, this is what come from Frankfurt on the MRP ratings. I have no problem with breaking maybe Crater Ridge down and the one on 364, but now if you look at the one on 705, you're only going 1.7 miles.
Is that the take in the law that Woods Bend Morris Camp traffic?
It does.
Higher traffic, I suppose, than the other two.
ADT on that is 556. And that is the highest ADT road that we've recommended here.
Yeah.
At 364, it had that minor traffic on there a year or two ago. One reason they got in there, it's getting off pretty.
Yeah.
It is pretty bad, and
Yeah.
I was just up there the other day with the winter that we've had and the salt we've had to use. There's some bad potholes, and they are everywhere. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, you're right.
Greg, have you heard anything else on the 1161?
They set it up last year for some strip patching. I do know that. Now, were they done it or not? I haven't been across through there in a while.
They some breaks on it where it's kind of like where it's sunk.
Yeah. But did they do any patching on it last year? I know you mentioned it.
Nah, I don't think so.
Yeah. I do know they set some up on it, but you know, they didn't get to our rural secondary roads over here. I guess it got late in the year. To be honest with you, the rural secondary routes are one of the last ones that the contractors will come in and pave, because you're competing against the 460s, the 519s. You've got $1 million contracts, and here you've got $250,000. So I mean, they're going to try to do those first.
They the biggest thing on it is where it had, I don't know if it, I guess it just sunk.
We got a lot.
But they had worked on it back a year or two ago, and it helped some, but it's got, when you go over it, it gives you this number, and if you're not, if you're not aware of it, it's kind of dangerous.
Right.
And, one other question on the hot mix road. That's the little cutoff between 7 and 519. They were supposed to be gonna use that for a bypass when they redo 7 through there, when they cut that curve out there. There, 1161. Do you have any idea when they were supposed to fix that break up there? There's a bad place there, right just above the power plant, where they put the new power plant in. I mean, it's a getting dangerous.
I don't know the time frame on that Kentucky 7 project there that you're talking about. I really don't know, I can't answer that on that. But I can check on and get back with you, or let Stanley know or something.
Okay, if you want to do that, because that break is getting dangerous for a school bus. Or anything for that matter. You put gravel and stuff in it several times, but I guess it keeps you sleeping or something there, but.
With the weather we've had, cold weather and the freezing and the thawing and everything that's been going on. I was in Curry County late last night, we had one on Willard there, had a big rock come out in the road up there, so I mean, we've got problems everywhere, I know.
Greg, up there last year, they told us, don't put that white oak bridge up there, that's pretty close to the top, it never.
On 460?
Yeah.
That is a federal bridge replacement project, and it's, I don't know, I was trying to think of one over there that we had done before. It's in the federal bridge replacement program. Those are based on sufficiency ratings on the bridges, and it has some structural deficiencies. I know that it's narrow, and we have several of them. There's a couple more over here on 191 I know that comes to mind right off. But to answer your question, Denzel, as far as I know right now, the only thing that has been set up on that is design money. Now, when the legislature goes back in session next year in 2016, they can appropriate some more money for that, but it does have some federal money attached to it. It's kind of like the rural secondary program. It's a matching type thing, where the federal will pay like 80%, the state's 20%. But it will take somebody in the legislature to tie some additional funding on it to get the project moving forward. Once you start the design work on it, then you'll get into the right-of-way utilities phase of it, and then naturally the construction. There's 4 different phases of it. So right now, the only thing I know that's tied to that is design money. And you should notice, they should be up there, and they may have already been, I don't know, but they should be setting some pins up there, some flags, and starting to do some survey work. Where they haven't, have they, or do you know?
I think they have.
There's been some survey around, but they put some guardrail up too, so that could have been for that, I'm not sure.
That was probably been different then, if they done some guardrail.
They did guardrail, they extended it on each side of the bridge.
But you should see some surveyors out there here in the next little bit doing some design work on it. I didn't know that. It's the court's priority if you want to reprioritize or break some of these down. Like I said, I don't have any problem with the second and third one. However y'all want to do it, I'll submit it. It's just crazy.
Make a motion. Take a second to do it, change it.
right there, but I think I'll make a motion just doing away with $6 per hour at that.
I'll second it.
I didn't hear your motion then.
Just go ahead and do away with state law now.
Accept it as it's presented.
All right, accepting it then, all right. You second the motion, John? All in favor? Likewise, if you don't like it.
Thank you, Judge Franklin. Again, congratulations, Mr. Evans, on your election win, and also we've got a new county attorney. Congratulations to you. I have cards here with me. Like I said, I'll stick around after the meeting. If anybody wants to talk to me about a particular concern or anything, I look forward to working with the court the upcoming year and also into the future. Hopefully, the weather won't be like this all the time, and we'll get a few things accomplished and maybe see some things get done here in the near future. Again, thanks, appreciate it, and I'll have some cards to pass out to you. And I may not have the answer or know every particular project that's going on in the county, but usually I know who to get in contact with and try to get you an answer back. Okay?
Well, that's the thing about it, see, if you may not know it, but you know where to go find it. That's a lot of help to us.
And also, there's some extra copies here if anybody in the audience wants to see the part of this program too.
I guess you've got a handout there on this flex fund that we have put together. You can find it there. I looked at some of these myself, and Anthony and I looked at some of them, and maybe the road people looked at some of them, but starting out, the first priority is number one on this list here, you know, and by need is the way we looked at them. And if you want to look that over, and some of them, there's so many of the streams that run adjacent to the roads. It's a constant problem to keep the road from falling off into the creek, you know, or into the branch or whatever. And it's will be a problem from now on as long as there's time, unless we change our method of transportation. I doubt if we'll all fly. But anyway, that was our recommendations of what we need to look at. And if any of you have any remarks, why, we'll air them out. Very important that we get some help. I mean, and that's what we try to do, to get some help in all districts.
Last year, we went over this, and I think all of us had 5 road broke down. I know on some of them just got 2.
Yeah, there's one or two of them, one's got 5, and one 4, and 3's got 2. Some of them are in worse shape than others are in.
Yeah. But this is before we're gonna resurface these roads, I reckon, ain't that same deal?
Patches.
This is just a package, all this is package, yeah.
So are we gonna vote on this today, or
Yeah.
are we looking over it before we?
This has to be
It has to be
turned
done
in by
in by
April 1st.
First, I think is what,
Yes.
The Howard Road,
pardon?
the Howard Road, is that, did you go up that road?
That's where we was at the other day, though.
No, that was
We was on the Honey side, but the other ones are the right, you know, and there were some places in it where the branch was cutting back into the road. Well, do I hear a motion that we accept this report?
So move.
Second? John made it, Stanley second, all in favor? Aye. Opposed likewise. Okay, our next item on the agenda is our jail budget with Mr. Eastling, Jailer Eastling, and Jody, I guess, got the It's in our packet here, or is it?
Yes, it is. Yep.
There it is.
And just give you time to look at it and ask the jailer any questions or myself. The judge, myself, and the jailer all went over last year's budget and this year's current activity and, talked to the jailer about any changes he thought were gonna occur in the current year. And, based the budget on those items. It's a first reading.
So just first reading held, and that's it.
Yes, that's all we have to do until we do the whole budget.
Anybody have any questions they want to ask about it? The jailer's back there, if you need to question him, the treasurer's here, and like I said, I don't know much about it, but
Most of the time we like the jigger, because everything's going.
talk you right into it, Denzel.
I make a motion, we approve it.
That'd give you enough what you ever did.
First reading, Anthony.
I appreciate
Just
this,
first reading.
the opportunity, you know. Now, Stanley said a while ago, the judge executive, he was a little ignorant in there. I'm a whole lot ignorant in there. For the past 8 years, I have never been invited to sit in on a jail budget or anything. You know, I always, the judge executive and the county treasurer, always fix out the jail budget. So I want to thank Jody and Stanley for, they called me and we all got together and sat down and went over line by line the things that we thought should be put into the budget. And I think the jail budget is down a little from what it has been. You know, we've really worked hard by working with our judges, our county attorney, about getting people out on bonds and stuff, and that way we're not responsible for the jail bill. Now, I know the jail bill is a tremendous bill on the county, it has to be, you know. But the contract for other counties is down. Our medical expenses is down quite a bit. And you know, I met with the administration up there at Paintsville. We come up with a plan, a little program that if an inmate's got a commissary account, we take the money out of his commissary account to buy his over-the-counter medicine so the county won't be responsible for the bill. And that's worked out real well with us. The medicals has gone down. And two, we can contact the county attorney and get them on a medical emergency, get them bonded out while they're in a hospital, and that way we won't be, you know, responsible for the bill. So, you know, stuff like that. You see, we put some, a lot of other stuff, the transportation reimbursement. You know, there's a program out there through the state. If you transport a person that's been convicted of a felony offense from county to county, just like where we house in Johnson County, if you transport somebody that's been convicted of a felony, then the state will reimburse you for the mileage. Now, I think last month we got back around $3,000, a little over $3,000 for the reimbursement. You got a lot of paperwork. You got to, you know, when you send it into the state, you got to have the paperwork and the documentation. But that's something that, you know, and that's the way most of the people in most of the counties are financing, like buying their vehicles. They're paying for them. I talked to Dennis Brooks over Wolf County when he was in jail, and Dennis told me that that's the way they did it over there. They would use this reimbursement money, transportation reimbursement, to pay for the vehicle. Now, we put a vehicle in the budget this year. We've got three vehicles. One of them's got about $250,000 on it, and it costing a whole lot to maintain it. I mean, they break down. And that's the reason for that. That's about that's about the only thing that we put in the budget with it, Jody.
Yeah, I think that's the only major difference. We might have lowered things because you have been trying to create those cost savings for the county, so. I would have to say Jimmy Darrell's very knowledgeable. When we asked him, he knew. So I can't imagine.
I commend him on trying to be conservative and help the county out, because Lord knows we need all the help we can get.
Yeah, on the hill.
Well, that's my job.
That's right. That's right too.
You ask for it and you love it.
Yeah, yeah, you have to love it, I'm telling you. You gotta be careful what you ask for.
Yeah.
But, if anybody's got any questions, over the budget or something,
Thank you, Joe.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to approve it.
All right,
It's first reading,
The first
No.
one.
reading, no action needed.
okay.
Yeah. I didn't know. I had to go through
Most first readings are done.
that. I wasn't here last year during this.
We start that month anyway.
John Cutter's here to talk about this. Oh, yeah.
We've got Mr. Joe Curd with us this morning to inform us on whatever we need to know about flood control and so forth. Glad to have you, Joe.
How you doing?
Kinda early.
Does everybody have a copy of the proposed ordinance?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I just want to kind of explain to you what it is this morning, so you kind of know. Of course, you all know I'm a little new at this, but anyways, at least from this side of it. But this is essentially the same ordinance we had before. Yeah, there's a couple, if you look on page 13, this is mandated by the state to adopt the federal program. And the federal program made some changes, and if you look kind of in the middle of the page, on page 13, you'll see there, it'll say 3/16/15. And that means that FEMA has some new flood studies that have been done that have been set for that date for us to adopt. So that's essentially what this ordinance is for, is to adopt these new provisions. And basically what it is, it's their mapping and their, the information that FEMA provides us on flood areas, which unfortunately sometimes they change for people. It's almost exactly like the one we had before, but it just had a different date in there for the maps that we adopted at that time. There was some provisions in the original ordinance that we had that weren't filled in, that were just kind of blank. And the only one of those that I think is significant is on page 15. And Miles may want to comment on that, is that we really didn't have a fine. They had a provision in there for a fine and a jail term for not following the provisions. And I checked with Round County, and they told me that they used $250, and they've never fined anyone. And I think the idea here is not to go out trying to find people, but to try to, help people with flood issues and those kind of things. Because they said they'd never find anyone. And they said that we probably wouldn't be in that situation either unless somebody just blatantly went against these regulations. So we had to come up with something that was kind of like zero there or something, or $0 to $100 or something. You got to put something there. So if you want to change that, you can. Other than that, it's basically the same as we had before. But it is, the state laws require us to do this, and they require us to adopt the federal guidelines for flood maps. So that's essentially what it is.
This doesn't require any action, it's the first reading, is that correct?
That's correct.
I'm sure I'm glad they had you do it, so you can read all this. Aren't you, Steve?
Yeah.
Well, flood issues have been a problem for us for a long time. If y'all don't know, we're a community that they have not established base flood elevations for. They shaded maps is what they've done. So we have that issue where urban areas like Moorhead, they'll have an exact level that you can say something would flood at. Well, here, we don't have that information, but the state will give it to us if we ask for it for particular places. So we can identify a particular place, ask the state, and then FEMA will usually accept that. So That's kind of part to help our citizens when they want to build in an area like that, is to kind of explain that to them and help them with their applications and their permits and making sure we follow all the regulations of FEMA, because I think we all understand it's important to do that, so.
Anybody have any questions they want to ask Mr. Kerb? Just keep us from building a flood zone, Joe, is all we ask. Okay, I guess that's all we need out of you for right now.
Sure enough, thanks.
Thanks.
Stay in touch. Is this next item come under your jurisdiction, Randy?
Yes, in January, when I was supposed to, along with the sheriff, presented my 2015 budget. And you all are well aware that we operate on the calendar year, where the court and state operate on fiscal year. I either didn't put it in minutes or didn't state it, but I presented it, it was approved, but it was to set the maximum gross deputy salaries not to exceed $190,000. That's always well over what it's paid. I just set it to where I don't go over it. And just to clarify, I mean, I think you all, everybody knows, and I know some Brandon's new, Stanley's new. The clerk and sheriff's office is a fee office. We operate on the fees we collect. And I had asked Jody last year to put me in line on the budget. I haven't touched it. I'm not going to. Don't need it. But it doesn't matter if we collect $1 million in fees or $3 million in fees. It goes back out to the tax districts. We don't have any authority or ability to change any fees. They're set by the state law and by the tax district. So if you've got any questions, I'll be glad to answer it. And I just need to fill out a form for local government. Is that right, Jody?
Yeah, there's just a standard form they want us
Okay.
to present. Did the sheriff not send theirs? Okay, the sheriff needs to too, because we cannot adopt our budget until those two items are completed according to DLG. They sent us an email. And I think they sent both of you. Did you get the email as well?
Linda brought me a copy of it. I
Oh,
think.
you didn't get it personally?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, they just sent an email. I didn't know that they said that if we don't get those set prior to the adoption of our budget will not be adopted. So we'll have to contact the sheriff again. I didn't know that.
I didn't really understand that because I presented it in January and it was approved as presented,
Right.
but it just, I guess, it's formality.
Well, she's new at DLG too, and maybe she's just being stricter on, that's the new regional manager, so I don't know. That was the.
Sheena's out, her grandmother passed away, so that's probably why she didn't contact me or show up today.
Okay,
So I'll get in touch with,
yeah, oh, you mean Sheena?
yeah.
Oh, okay, I didn't know who, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll just have to get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just get that in April. I mean, as long as it's done fairly timely, we just put it on this special agenda. We can get it at the April meeting if we need to, if you want to bring it back in.
Yeah, well, that'll just take care of anything.
And then we can do the sheriff's.
Okay.
So the court would approve it again. Nothing's changed. This is what you all approved and signed in local, or sent to local government in January.
I'll make a motion to approve it again.
Second. Motion made and second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed likewise.
Thank you.
Let's see, item number 7, I guess. Didn't skip anything, did I? We took care of the farmer's market from Anthony a minute ago.
Yeah.
That item, under 7, says remove reference to KRS 179-470, page 137, section E. Now, can somebody relate to us what that is?
That was based on Rich Ornstein's recommendation during that training.
And that KRS refers to subdivision roads.
And he said that that was not,
Yeah,
that was contradictory to what we were saying here.
yeah.
So the proposal
It
is
was,
to remove that.
I don't know if it was a misprint on the the KRS number when the administrative code was done, but it refers to subdivision roads, so it has nothing to do with county.
It
Right.
wouldn't affect us much, but if at all.
I don't think we have any subdivisions in the county.
And the other one is just, we have the wrong meeting date in our administrative code. So we just want
It's-
to correct it to the correct date and
Yeah.
time.
Our correct meeting date is the second Thursday of the month, isn't it, 6 o'clock? Unless we have these sunrise meetings.
Special one.
So I guess, do I hear a motion that we accept these two amendments?
Now, since we're doing an amendment to an ordinance, will we have to have a second reading?
I don't know, we can look at that, if you think so. I don't know.
Since you are amending an ordinance.
Well, we are amending an original ordinance, so I would think yes.
That's what my thoughts are too. No action today, but
Just a first reading today.
yes, that's what I think.
Okay, yeah, I agree, I think that's right. So first reading today, and then at our next meeting, we can adopt second reading.
Will be a time between first and second reading, will that follow
Let's see,
Let's see, I
14 days or?
within 7, no
Seven.
more than 21.
I think we'll be good. Yeah, I think we'll be good. I'll get it in next week's paper.
Yeah,
First, the April will be like the 10th or 12th or something.
12th, I think.
12th, yeah.
I think we're okay.
For this next week's paper.
Can we go ahead and correct this meeting date, or let it go with the
It's
rest?
going to the meeting
Okay,
and the
It'll go to
advertisement,
the-
and then it'll amend
okay,
the whole thing.
all right. And you all want to bring up anything else?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, which some of them out there may.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
You can adjourn and then talk.
Yeah.
Okay.
Adjourn.
Unless it's non-special.
Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second, all in favor? Hold right
No.
now.
Sorry, John.
That's what I
Watch, but I'm sure it's time to get started, because I see Danny McKenzie in our crowd back there. He's like himself, he's always about 5 minutes late. Let's, yeah, let's have a pledge and flag, first of all, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Remain standing, we'll have our prayer. Come on. Lord, we thank you for this another day. We thank you for the many blessings that we have been given. And we just pray, Lord Father, that for these positions that we have been called to serve, that we're to serve you and to serve our fellow man. Thank you for the freedom that we enjoy. Our Father, we live in times that are tough right now. The weather has given us problems, but we will make it through. Thank you for it all. Forgive us for our shortcomings is our prayer. In Jesus' name, amen. Mr. Clerk, we'll let you call roll.
Denzel Potter. Here. Don Brown.
Here.
Stanley Riggs.
Here.
Brandon Evans.
Here.
Anthony Likens.
Here.
Stanley Franklin.
Here. I take it we've got enough to have the meeting.
Yes,
We have a quorum.
we do.
We're almost 100%, aren't we?
100%.
You may have to talk to us about this,
Yeah, I've,
financial statement, right?
yeah, I've passed around my, it's every year, by end of February, I present this year's 2014 financial settlement. I need to be approved, subject to audit, and excess fees were presented on there. Jody, I got a bill yesterday from November from a stamp cut, and that excess fees check's will be a little more than $100 difference. And I'd like the court to approve that. And I know I can't get the excess fees returned, but I would like the ability to use those. There was we talked about cutting the doorway from the deed room into that storage room, and that didn't get done with the remodel, repair work, whatever, for some reason or another. And I'd like to do that sometime this year, if possible.
As long as you present a claim within that, that's all they said.
Okay.
They approve it.
Yeah, it's-
You don't need a motion for the work on the side of the office, just a motion to approve this.
Yeah, just to approve the financial settlement as presented.
Have you all looked at the, settlement from Randy? Oh, you need to look at it?
And the budget amendments, I'm sorry, I presented the budget amendments.
I'll make that motion.
Right. Denzel's made it and John seconded. All in favor? Aye. Opposed likewise. Okay, environmental grant, the dead animal disposal grant, and tire disposal. Linda, you got anything you want to say about that?
We've got an additional $5,000 on the dead animal grant, and we just need approval from the fiscal court to be able to use that again. She didn't give me the total on the tire grant. I'm assuming it's the same, the $5,000 as last year. That's where the large animals, cows, horses, sheep, lamb.
It's not possums and skunks and stuff that get turned over on the highway.
No dogs, no cats, just large animal.
Do I hear a motion we adopt this grant?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Okay, we have Brother Danny McKenzie and Brother Carter Bowling with us this morning, and they've got some talk they want to make about the swimming pool. I think it's been one of our projects in the past, and hopefully if funds prevail, we can help you again.
Yes, did you receive my quote from the Stanford building?
It's somewhere here, I think.
Well, if you don't, you can pass this one around. This is my copy. But I spoke with City Council Monday, and this is the same agreement we had over the previous year of what they would do is they would supply the water, sewer, and any shortcomings on the operations that we have. If we get short on the funding for payroll or anything, they would step in and help. But on this is the same agreement we had last year with you, that we didn't have to have any money last year for any maintenance or anything, and it went pretty smoothly as far as that. But this year it's a little different. We've got quite a few situations that to actually operate and open the pool, we have to have that. And we went down through the list, some of the things, some things we wanted, but we couldn't, so we kind of whittled it down and had staffers come out there and look at everything. But that's pretty much what we need to open the pool with.
Okay, if I'm reading this correctly, this is, their estimate was $16,674. Is that what they're looking for to try to get the pool up to?
As far as the kiddie pool went, it was in pretty bad shape, so I told them not to put a bid on that. So they did just put a camera to go in there and check it out and see what's wrong with it. That kiddie pool is not a necessity as far as opening the pool, so we kind of left that out. But we just put that in there. I think it's $500 for a camera. They'll have to rent that and go in there and see what's going on underneath it. Because that would probably be, just in my opinion, that's pretty deep, if they have to bust up that concrete. that we had closed at Kiddie Pool last year because of that.
Now, are we gonna contribute to the Kiwanis and they're gonna handle the, or are we going to directly deal with Stanford?
Whichever way you want.
Whichever way you want to.
The only thing is, if you found out that the whole project ends up being over $20,000 and we anticipate it to be, you're getting close to that, and I'm sure Miles could tell you, that we'll have to make sure we bid that.
If it's a penny over what's on that.
Anything over,
Yeah, okay. So yeah, we would have to, if we did it, I think it'd be better maybe to just maybe contribute to the Kiwanis Club. Or we'll have to bid it maybe later.
Well, the thing about it is if we're not able to get this met to open the pool, I mean, we just, Kiwanis just don't have the money to do it. We don't have it to.
Oh, no, I know that, I just needed to know.
But I know what you're saying, once it
the
gets over
procedure,
20,
how are we
if it
gonna
was
do
to, you would have to bid that out.
That's why it's under 20.
That's why it's under.
We took things off
Things.
and things off that we wish we could do. And looked at this several times.
Okay. So you think it's gonna be under 20, whatever you're.
It will be.
Oh, it will be.
There's no thinking.
Okay.
But you
good.
think that this amount will change? Because if we're gonna vote on this amount, why not wait until we get the total and then go ahead and approve that?
This is what the total's gonna be.
That is what the.
That's
total they said it would be.
That will be the amount. If there's any left over,
If
we'll.
there's any left over, it'll go back to the courts, it will go back to the court. It's just what you all contribute just to get the pool started.
Does this include the money that we gave you last year? No.
No, that's not, but that's what I was wanting
All
to
this
ask.
just repairs, right?
That's just the repairs as far as the contract states. That you would take care of all the maintenance part of it, and we would just do the management part.
I think we all know what, I didn't mean to butt in, but what the pool means to the kids and the youth of Morgan County in particular and the surrounding counties. I know I grew up trying to learn to swim out there, and I've drunk it dry at times too. But we would have people come from Wolf County and, from Elk County, and they helped our economy by.
Was that pool there when you was a little boy?
It was. So it's been a while, then, so that's what you're getting at.
That's why it needs so much maintenance.
That's right, needs a lot of maintenance done.
I'll make the motion, we fix it. Now,
Well, it is, it is one of those healthful activities, we want our kids to get out and fight the obesity epidemic, and, it's something to do rather than sit at home, and a lot of kids that the pool helps, it helps underprivileged kids, some of the other kids can go to a country club, but they can go places, but, to a lot of kids, this is their summer break, and we spend a lot of money here and there, being the fiscal court, but, an investment in children pays itself back tenfold, so, it's just something that I think it'd be good for the community.
Well, you look back through the years, the Kiwanis Club has done many things and continues to do many things in the community, and we appreciate that. Dan, have you got anything you want to say about this situation?
Well, this will be the 58th year, gentlemen and ladies, that this pool's been operated continuously. And if you look at the counties around us, Elliott County hasn't operated their pool in several years. Menifee County hasn't, even Round County hasn't. And we consider this a partnership between, and that's why this agreement's written up this way. That you all do what you can do, and the city does what they can do, and the Kiwanis Club will do what we can do. And if we've all three got to pitch in and see that it gets done for our kids. Now, a lot of our kids have pools, but the kids that we really need to reach probably don't. And we're a partner with Unite as well, and I know you all are. And Unite makes a nice contribution to us, for which we couldn't operate the pool without. And we give them one night a week. And if you all want to come down there, and I encourage you to do that, because that Unite week, that pool looks like it used to, Stanley, when you and I were there. I mean, it's just constant heads inside. And they provide them a little talk about drugs, and they provide them a little snack, and it's just a good thing for our community. And I could talk about this pool forever. I learned to swim out there the first year. Coach Stanley dumped me a few times, so it really is a staple of our community. And so we're asking you for these two things. One's the $5,000 that goes into our operation, like you did last year. And one is to take care of our major maintenance. We can take care of the small things that just break or just happen. But we got to have you, the city, behind us before we, and you've always been. And I know I'm talking too much, but it's two things, 17, that's really.
You wouldn't be in context if you didn't talk a lot, man. I know you that well.
He said I could talk about this forever, I can't think anything Danny couldn't talk about.
I'll make a motion on pending.
We got it.
And give them the 5,000.
Motion second.
Second, who seconded the motion?
Yeah, Anthony.
Anthony, all right. All in favor? Aye. Hold like sign.
Now that that's done, what's the timing on this? We need some money to open this pool. We have $700 in our account.
You'll have to confer with the treasurer and see.
All right, I know.
Okay, well,
She-
so are we approving also, I mean, that was the approval to give them the money?
Yeah.
Go ahead and pay them the money, the Kiwanis Club?
And if they don't spend it correctly, we're not getting more.
Well, we'll come back.
Tell-
We want to do this totally above, where everybody understands what's happening.
Yeah.
Is the 5,000 part of the budget? If
Yes.
it's not, it
Say it's
should be.
already in the
Well,
budget.
they
Yes, the
get it.
5,000
Yeah,
is
it's
already
already-
in the budget. Did we already give you the budget?
Yeah,
No.
they had forgot it, but you all.
I'll say we've already made the motion and
Yeah,
stuff to do it.
a couple months ago.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah,
She just needs.
Yeah.
I'll go back and look at the
Carter's here
minutes.
2 or 3 months ago.
yeah.
And we made the motion to give them our 5,000, we always do.
Yeah.
Okay. Got that, finance officer, that was for the 16th.
Thank you all.
I'll need, can I have this one?
That was Carter's. Thank you.
Hey Carter, can I have this one?
Gentlemen, you can stay with us. We don't care a bit.
Well, we'd love to. We've got other jobs to do.
Yeah. Thank
Y'all
you.
have a good day, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, you also have before you, how do you pronounce that? CACTVO training session in March 18th and 20th, 18th through the 20th. And
What is that an
Did I-
acronym for? What's,
Kentucky Association of
County
County
knows that.
Treasurers and Finance Officers.
did I read somewhere where that is in Bowling Green? Or
Yeah.
somebody tell me
You all
that?
have the agenda there for that, for the meeting. But it's in Bowling Green, like. It's an annual meeting, it's the only one they have each year. It looks like it has a lot of, good topics. We're requesting that Linda, myself, and Connie go, because there's a lot of issues related to personnel for Linda with health insurance and the new retirement, healthcare reform. It's a 2.5 day, I guess, or no, 3 days, 3 days.
Okay, you're requesting that you all be sent to this meeting in our behalf.
Yes.
All right, do I hear a motion that we allow these employees to go?
I'll make a motion.
Motion's been made, second? Second, all in favor? Aye.
I guess you wanna go, don't you?
Not really, but I
Hold
guess
right
I need
there.
to.
that's a long drive, isn't it?
You know, I forgot how long it was. Back in November.
We went there once.
Bowling Green.
It's a drive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hopefully it'll be closer next time.
Is this one of these?
That's Randy's. This is the next thing, yeah. This has already been done, we just need to acknowledge this in the minutes. And everyone needs to sign one of these papers for Sheena.
One of these?
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's-
2013, nothing mind code seven.
Yeah.
Do I hear a motion that we accept this settlement?
I make that.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed likewise.
This is just
If everybody will just sign off on one of these, then I'll get it to
Several
Sheena.
were, then we'll sign it and send it around the table for initials or whatever.
We don't get many of those
No, it's good, it's good, you know,
Gotta
you're,
get answers.
actually, have a second, I don't have to give it away, that's what you needed to.
That won't right, he quit.
I got the right one, did I?
I thought everybody on this road that I found what we took in 2010. I don't know if they're on the list.
We'll check them out and see. Anybody got anything else they wanna bring before the court before 8 o'clock on Wednesday? If y'all hadn't noticed, we've just got 10 months to go to Christmas now. It's 10 months from today, Christmas.
You better start saving because new
right.
judges have to buy the magistrate.
Yeah.
It's real nice getting.
Right.
Yeah. Make sure my case is at 1970.
Okay, somewhere along there.
70s.
Well, it seemed like it was a short meeting today, but we had some important topics that we need to discuss and talk about, so I appreciate everybody coming, and I hate that we called you out so early, but you're ready for the day now.
Been here anyway.
We would have been here pretty close to this time anyway, right?
John probably would.
And we're actually not starting setting bridge beams till 11 o'clock today, so I'm all right.
And then I need the motion that we did adjourn. So move. Second?
Second.
Second. Motion made and second that we adjourn. Thank you.
Everybody's in favor of it.
Yeah.
Second.
I'd like to call the meeting to order. I know it's kind of, a lot of people can't hear anything back there, but we kind of start off the meetings with prayer, if everyone please. Stanley?
Heavenly Father, we come to you this evening, Lord, thankful heart to you for your life. Thankful, Lord, for this wonderful tonight, the extra blessings upon, extra blessings on this meeting, Lord, in the Son. For people, Father, that you will come to this freedom and life. In Jesus' name we pray.
Okay, we need roll call.
Emma Bonner here, John Brown.
Here.
Stanley Rigby. Here. Frankie Spencer.
Here.
Anthony Black. Here. Jim Collins.
Okay, now I need a, if you had a chance to look over the minutes, we need approval of the minutes from last meeting. Second. Got a motion and a second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Next item of business. We have treasurer's report.
Okay, you should have it there in front of you, treasurer's monthly report. It says treasurer's monthly report on it. And I did not have to use any road fund money because we did have enough occupational and net profit and insurance premium tax payments, so we didn't have to transfer any money to the general fund. So that was good.
Do you have total on how much coming?
For the month,
Yeah, since the last meeting.
well, each one of these are for the month, the previous month. So every time I bring it to you, this will be for October. So you want to know what it was for October? Okay, which one do you want to know? Insurance premium, profit? Okay. Insurance premium tax, we took in for the month, $81,941.73.
How much you got the payroll on there?
Yeah, we got all of it, yeah. Occupational license tax, $62,663. And I guess that's where we code all the occupational and net profit. This same place, I guess.
That's for the month, but it probably, you're probably wanting a quarter, but you probably don't have that. That would be 3 months together, I guess. Some of them pay early.
Yeah.
Some of
This
them
is for
pay right the
October.
last
All
few
my
days.
Mine's are monthly reports.
Yeah, some of them pay like November 1st, because they have a 7-day leeway there.
Yeah.
So, on the front of that is where you'll see where our cash balances are right now. For the general fund, 102, the road, does everybody see that? this page right here. Did you get one? Maybe you didn't get one, Stan. I thought I got one. I just didn't want you to see it. No, I'm just, they're right here is the cash balance. So, by fund, each fund we have it over. Do you all have, I mean, each line item for the month will be behind this. It'll show you what revenues came in under the total received this period. That'll be for the month. And to date will be total received since July on the top there. And of course the budget's on there too to compare to. Do y'all have any other questions about it? And then I know that you all had asked me too to do the 65% calculation. So I have that for you. It's on its own page as well. And as of the vendor, this includes the encumbered portion, the purchase orders that are outstanding. So down at the bottom there, it tells you which fund, how much of each fund has been expended to date, the percentage, and the dollar value under or over. And we're not over anything, so the closest one would be the general fund. Well, did I just leave you out totally? I don't know. Yeah, I do. Sorry, Shannon. I'll say pretty much there. I thought I might have maybe. So the bottom, the line there right before the bottom tells you the percentage. And you can only spend 65% by the end of the year. That's,
What was this, 65, 35?
during an election year, when you're getting ready to change administration, you can only spend 65% of your budget by December 31. You can't go over that.
Yeah, that's right.
So these percentages here are telling you where you are right now.
We're in good shape on that.
You're fine, you know, I mean, we shouldn't, as long as you don't spend more than $283,000 on the next claims in December, we should be good to go. And we don't typically do that, so. Then I never know when you want me to go over the budget transfers.
Just, yeah, go on, just
Okay.
roll right on.
Okay.
If anybody has a question, they'll ask.
Okay. Well, I have the over budget line items. And the only reason I'm bringing these before I actually make the adjustments so that you can see where they are. And then I will have to make a determination unless you all tell me where you want me to move it from in order to pay the current bills. I will have to move my budget transfers around to get that where it needs to be. Because we cannot issue checks that creates an over budget situation. I mean, they weren't a huge amount except for that 83,000 we had to do. But that's going to stay there until we have unanticipated receipts. So it's only around $1,500 we're going to need to move around.
That'd be
between
awesome.
budget line items. So,
Okay. Just put one of the vehicles.
what I'm presenting with the interfund cash
Okay.
transfers and the cash transfers and the budget transfers, I'm bringing those all to date. So these are everything for the fiscal year that we've done. And I'm getting them approved each time because that's the main thing during an audit you'll miss, or you might not pick up the ones from the previous one. So I just run it today. That way everything's on this one, everything's on the next month. If you don't miss one month, it'll be picked up on the next one. The only thing we did have to transfer though, I want to point out, We did have to transfer, what is that? 19,000, I think it was. Okay, to me, it's not on this because this is a 1031, but I had to transfer $19,000 to make payroll and to pay the jail fund expenditures. So 19,000 was transferred from the general fund to the jail fund for payroll tomorrow and to meet expenditures of the jail. But that's typical, when you're in jail, usually has to have transfers from the general fund.
Motion on budget transfers.
Yeah, we need a motion on accepting.
Yeah, can I get a motion?
Moved. Second.
Moved and seconded. Moving right along.
Jody, do you want just to encompass everything in the treasurer's report? Or do you want to name budget transfers, cash transfers?
No, let's just name them all together. Interfund cash transfer,